I'm driving you mad here. The question was, what state was the Thames whale said to be in? Sorry, I'll do that again, because I keep saying Thames because I'm Irish.
I think that was absolutely fine, Dara. I wouldn't worry about doing that again, that bit.
OK, well, we'll move on. It is, just to check, sorry, it's
Thames. That's
Thames.
right, Thames.
It's Thames.
It's the River Thames.
OK, all right. What state was the Thames whale said to be in when it arrived in London? Yeah. OK, yeah, I will do it properly, all right? The question is, what state was the Thames... I've got to get this one.
You've hit the Thames barrier, haven't you?
Yeah, I have, yeah. The question is, what state was the Thames whale said to be in when it arrived in London? I'm sorry. Come with this. Let's do it again. Does anyone know just the amount of shouting there is in my earpiece going, could we please move on? Could we? Is there any chance we could not do the entire recording about how Goring killed himself by first extracting a cyanide tablet from his own faeces? Is there any chance, Dara, you could take some control over the show so it's broadcastable at some stage? Could you? They're even shouting at this bit. Stop doing the bit where you mock us for shouting in their ear. We start with a round called Headliners. Here's a picture of Prime Minister Gordon Brown in buoyant mood, but what does ROCB stand for?
Is it what he looks like when he smiles? Is it really old, creepy baby?
Is he just really desperate about his election chances now? He's only got one thing he can do, and he's going, right, OK, call Batman.
Is it ruined our country, bastard?
Is he just giving a weather forecast? Is it rain, occasional cloud, blizzards?
Is it row over Cameron's bedroom? He's already in there, measuring up the curtains.
What are you doing? Do you think he's actually just found a way to solve the national debt? Is he going, rollover could be billions?
Is he going, there's a robin on the corner of the building?
It would be nice if he just got more distracted by wildlife. That would be quite sweet.
He's just trying to draw attention from the polls. No, there's a robin on the corner of the building.
It's a true premise. It's a true premise that your government's in chaos. Is that a chaffinch?
Is it what he's going to do on May the 6th? Is it going to be removals ordered, cab booked?
Would I be right in thinking the art was something to do with recession,
It would,
Dara?
yes, you would be right.
Is it recession over complete bullshit?
It is not that. You're halfway there, Mark.
Listen, that was lovely, the unemployed people. That's it, yes. We live in Poundland.
Is it recession over confirms Brown?
That's absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Well done.
He always does it like that.
Yes, the answer I was looking for was recession over confirms Brown. This is the Prime Minister's cautious announcement of the end of the recession, although he said there is still much more that needs to be done. The Office for National Statistics revealed that this week the economy had grown in the last 3 months of 2009 by 0.1%.
Great day.
Wow. Gee, I just started that. How long is that? I don't think we expected that. We just thought, like, we expected that. That's what we expected. But that is just like... It is difficult to maintain that.
It doesn't matter, but you look like a giddy chameleon. That was amazing.
Yeah, midway through the show, if a fly goes past. All right, how is Gordon Brown doing, and who is he trying to woo at the moment?
He's trying to woo the middle classes.
He is trying to woo the middle class.
These aren't policies, these are M&S policies, don't they? He's going to change his name from Brown to Autumn Blush.
He's the most unpopular Prime Minister this country's ever had, and yet nobody in the Cabinet thinks they can defeat him in a leadership election. How crap are they?
But what you're forgetting, I think, that we don't know what goes on in the Cabinet, and everyone's got to remember that he has got one eye that doesn't work, and perhaps he would do what I would do if I was him. In the cabinet, I'd wear an eye patch. I'd sit there with an eye patch on, and I'd have a white cat.
There is a theory that Brown would pull over the wrong eye. There's also another thing that no one's going to run against Brown at the moment because what's the prize? You get to lead Labour into an election they'll probably lose. It's like going, oh my God, we've hit an iceberg. Can I drive the ship for a while? Can I?
But it's like whatever is thrown at him, he still sort of gets up again. You half expect like Brian Blessed to just pop up every now and again and go, Gordon's alive.
He keeps on saying, I'm getting on with the job. He's like the Millwall of politicians. Nobody likes him, but he doesn't care.
But that's what I mean. He's one of those, and he's having a go, and you think, well, that's all right, but you're running the country. It's like if somebody came in and said, look, I'm not a great surgeon, but I'll have a go.
You
know what?
basically...
Put the hours in.
I've sewn on a button, so I know I can finish the job, but getting to the stuff... I'm sure I'll recognise the kidney when I see it.
I've played the ball game. I've played the ball game.
There's a photograph of him and Darling, actually, which was very interesting, because him and Darling at the same time, the announcement, that, interestingly, is the £10 note that tipped us out of the recession.
But the reason why the economy's grown in the last 3 months is because we had Christmas, isn't it? And people, of course, spend money at Christmas.
Yeah, okay.
It's the only
right.
time people go absolutely mad. You don't see anyone in July going, I need goose fat, you know?
Basically, though, Western capitalism, isn't it? It's based on people buying stuff they don't need with money they don't have, as opposed to Christmas time, when everybody buys things nobody needs with money they don't have for people they don't even like.
It's a beautiful message.
The next topic is unlikely things to read on a medical label.
Use only if you're immobile or find it difficult to move. Tested on Dara O'Brien.
Anti-diarrhea medicine. In an emergency, shove the bottle up your arse.
As recommended by Michael Jackson.
Ditetramethyl chlorobenzoate for the anamial effluence of the tricordic aorta. Does exactly what it says on the tin.
Groin cream. Not suitable for people with a nut allergy.
Homeopathic tablets. Side effects, none. Main effects, none.
Embarrassed using anusol? Why not try this? Arse crack soothe.
Do not eat dairy. Otherwise, we will have nowhere to milk the cows.
Viagra. It'll give you more than 8%.
Contains placebox and made it up a limb.
Viagra. Take 15 minutes before sex. Or if single, strap in for the wank of a lifetime.
Obesity pills. Don't eat the bottle, chubby.
Keep out of reach of children. Not the tablets, you.
Store somewhere cool, like New York.
Pregnancy test. Pick up your daughter's boyfriend and shout, "Was it you?"
The end of that round, the points go to Christian Mutton.
Okay, here we go. Let's spin the wheel.
The first subject is health. Who wants to come in on that? Andy Parsons.
Leslie Ash. Now, she's just got compensation, didn't she? Because she got MRSA. The reason she was in hospital, right, was apparently she'd punctured a lung and broken 2 ribs during energetic sex. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm thinking she was doing it wrong. If somebody said to me, would you like to have sex, but it could end up in you puncturing your lung, I think I'd go, oh, you go ahead, I'll sort myself out.
OK, let's spin the wheel again. The subject is George Bush. Who wants to come in?
Oh, I'll go. Well, what can I say about George Bush? He's doing a tremendous job and he's enormously popular right now. In the last poll in the United States, he came in just behind testicular cancer. He's the only president I can remember who wears an American flag pin on his lapel. Why? So he can remember what country he's in charge of? Ladies and gentlemen of America, he's always banging on about 9/11, right? 9/11, 9/11. Or, as the rest of the world knows it, 11/9. We're the only people who date that way. America's so arrogant because we put the month first. We think everybody knows what we mean. Imagine how perplexing that is to people in France. 9/11. What happened on November 9th? That was a good day. I got a hand job. Why are they crying all the time? There it is. Thank you.
Great crew. OK, that leaves us with Frankie and Fred. Let's spin the wheel. The next topic is modern men. Who wants to come in on that? Fred McCauley.
There's a trend for modern young men now to get waxed. I did recently have my legs waxed. I have to say it was for charity. And my pals were saying, have you ever had that done before, Macaulay? And I'm going, no. Well, it could be painful. So I went along. I was ticket number 14. There were 13 ladies in front of me getting their legs waxed. And I was watching them with interest. And it seemed to be no bother at all. The wax is going on. It's kind of, oh, Joanne. What is it, Tess? Who's picking the kids up? Oh, the au pair will get them. Nothing to it, I think. I got up there. The wax was on. I'll never walk again! What I didn't know is that women, when they're getting their legs waxed, have epidurals beforehand. I mean, I'm not tempted, you know, to shave other parts of my anatomy, you know. I've been lonely and fed up in hotel rooms, but I've never once thought, I think I'll get the sharpest thing in my toilet bag out and apply it to the wrinkliest part of my anatomy. And I'm not talking about my elbows.
Fred McCauley. OK, let's see what we've been left with for Frankie. Let's spin the wheel. Children.
What an unbelievably sinister photograph. Don't worry, this is light-hearted whimsy. I've got a wee baby now, he's 9 months. I'm starting to get a bit fucking sick of him, to be honest. I went to the birth, and going to the birth, it really does bring home the wonder, the miracle, I suppose, that is contraception. Seriously, don't go. It's like watching the deleted scenes from Platoon. I got a wee daughter now, she's 4. And the other day, this is true, we're sitting having breakfast, and my daughter goes, Daddy, what's the best thing in the world? So I didn't even have to think about it, right? I said, darling, you're the best thing in the world. Didn't even have to think about it. It's definitely you. And she sat there for a bit, and then she went, for me, it's sausages.
Ladies and gentlemen, that round, the points go to Frankie and Greg. OK, here we go. The first subject is unlikely lines to read in the Bible.
The characters in this book are entirely fictitious.
And Samson said, Lord, why have you given me all my strength in my hair? And the Lord replied, because you're worth it.
Noah noticed that the ark was sinking. He hated woodpeckers.
And Mary and Joseph were turned away from the inn, for there was no room. But then a wise man came along, whose name was Lenny of Henry. And there was plenty of room at his inn, for it was a premier inn.
Jesus was born in a stable, so in many years later, when he left the door open and people said, were you born in a barn? He could say, yes, I was actually.
And then a trumpet brought down the walls of Jericho. It was Joshua with his bloody vuvuzela!
And Moses arrived with the commandments. Got some bad news for Dave the ox lover.
The Last Supper was a disaster. We're never going to Nando's again, lads.
In the courtyard, Jesus came across a man who couldn't walk. Brother, he said, have you been involved in an accident?
And it rained for 40 days and 40 nights, which was a surprise, because the Met Office had predicted a barbecue summer.
Adam and Eve had two sons who could not work together. Their names were Lampard and Gerrard.
Love a quiz. It is our Liz quiz. Obviously, we'd like
the expense that has been spent on that.
I really want to thank you for coming in and recording that little wave. What two common documents does the Queen not have?
The Da Vinci Code. And Life of Pi. Next.
Yes. Oh, the rest of them, she has them all.
She doesn't have a driving licence.
She doesn't have a driving licence, no.
Although she has qualified to drive.
Yes, she has. She can drive. She trained to drive in the army, as far as I know.
She did, yeah. She stripped down engines and everything.
Absolutely, yeah.
Passport.
There's no driving licence and is the only person in the country who does need a passport, as they're issued in her name. And so she cannot issue in her own name because, you know... But I think she's relatively good on the ID front because she just take out a tenner and go... you not get this? Go send a letter, bitch. What did the Queen invent with a dachshund and a corgi?
A dorgie.
Yes!
Is it?
Yes, it is.
I was joking.
No,
she invented a breed of dog called the Dorgie.
Which, you say she invented it? What, she was there going, right, you put that in there now.
She didn't invent it, though, did she?
According to this card, yes, she did.
She couldn't have gone on Dragon's Den.
One needs £30,000 for 40%. It's always 40%. That's all they ever want, no matter how much you're going to say initially. 8%, 40. It's commonly known that the Queen owns the UK swans. Commonly known that the Queen owns the UK swans, says here. But what other water-based animals does she also have the right to own?
Ducks.
Not ducks, no.
Shopping trolleys.
I think it's... Is it dolphins?
It is. It's dolphins, whales and sturgeons.
Pretty big on the royal family. I know a lot of stuff.
You really are, actually. It's quite worrying. Any dolphins, whales and sturgeons within 3 miles of the UK, they're hers.
Do the dolphins know, or do they just stray in and then that's it?
To get too close, she's in a speedboat constantly, all right? Just patrolling that 3-mile limit around the country, right?
With her army of swans.
With her army of swans who work to track them.
When she does that wave, she's actually doing a fin motion to summon her dolphin army.
Army of dolphins, assemble! like, come to do with an army of dolphins. I want £40,000 for 35% of the company.
I have invented a swolfin.
The most important thing to remember about crime is that any law only makes sense in context. Look at sport. Punching someone repeatedly in the face is lauded in boxing, but is seriously frowned upon in table tennis. Similarly, if you come out of your corner in a boxing round bouncing a little ball on a bat, it's going to be literally seconds before you're staring at some lights. Furthermore, Moses. Now, there's a man who'd be on pretty much anyone's list of top 5 Jews. But think about it. When he led the children out of Israel, he was technically guilty of 3,000 counts of abducting a minor, bush arson, trespassing and abducting the sea. And yet he walks free today. There really is no justice.
Well done, John. Very good. Sit down.
OK, the subject is alternative energy sources. Who's going to come in? John.
Despite what the government say, we do not need nuclear power in Britain. There are many great new alternative energies out there. Much of the Middle East is currently able to harness the power generated by hating America. Every flag burnt there is now hooked up to an enormous generator which can power a fridge in Tehran for a week. And this is renewable energy, because America have pledged under Kyoto to produce a new flag for everyone burnt. So, in winding the entire planet up, they are in fact pioneers in easing our reliance on fossil fuels. And we've got to do something. Britain is now so terrified of any rise in petrol prices that people in Britain have been seen at recent oil slicks wedging seagulls directly into their petrol tanks, screaming, "I've got to get to work, keep still and tuck your wings in."
Well done, John. Please, sit down.
John. I, like most people, simply cannot understand why recycling my old tin cans has not sorted everything out. I want a proper explanation. At the very least, I want all my old tin cans back. What are they doing with my cans? We in the West are responsible for this. We consume far too much in the West, but if you want to talk about overconsumption, how about books? Millions of books are printed every year and most of them go completely unread. If we really want to save the planet, we need to return to the art of verbal storytelling. If an author has something that they want to say, they need to jump onto a horse, ride to the nearest village and start shouting. Let's see if Dan Brown has quite so much to say after that. Is it how many people actually care about the environment? I mean, actually, genuinely care. Don't say they care, but actually care about it.
At a gut level.
Well, let's face it, we all have far bigger and more tropical fish to fry. Greenpeace constantly thump on about how we must save this planet for our children, our children's children, and our children's children's children. But hold on, what if they don't have any children? Now, they might not want children. Let's not spend what is quite a lot of money on hypothetical children. Yeah. Also, I know kids, they like bikes. They like shiny red bikes. I promise you, you show a kid a clean rural stream and a shiny bike, and I'll show you a kid sitting on a bike whilst pissing in a stream. Are they not the future? So, you spray on. Where did all these flags come from?
It's Beirut. You can't buy a loaf of bread, but you can get 200 Danish flags to burn. What's going on?
You realise that most hysterical people now have got filing cabinets filled with all flags from all nations of the world, ready soaked in paraffin, just waiting for someone to say something unpleasant. Oh, what's that, Luxembourg? Oh, that's an offhand comment about Islam, isn't it? How do you like this? Any more for any more? I will take all of you down, Portugal. You're here somewhere.
Do you know what's very strange is that 27 years ago when I was at university, I studied Muslim law. I was one of the first people to study Muslim law in this country. And I'm also Danish, and I have never been so popular with the newspapers. They go, where can we find a Dane who knows about Muslim law? Wait a second. Whoever thought those two things in my life would suddenly come together?
That is the weirdest Venn diagram in the world.
It is
right?
strange.
Set of all the people who are Danish, set of all the people, and then just you in the middle.
No, that's it. I'm it. I'm the one.
Yes,
yeah.
in the shaded area.
Yes.
It's just...
The Danish paper said that all they were trying to do was test extremist Muslims. You think, oh, well done, that was a fantastic idea. That goes right down with the whole kind of whether a bull can pass the whole red rag test as it's waggled in front of its face, or testing how hot a fire is by shoving your hand into it and go, oh, it is hot, I have burnt my hand, I thought I would, but it's nice to know that, it's nice to be sure. I'll check again. Still hot, yeah, still hot, in these volatile times, ow again. Bob's owl fight aftermath. He didn't stand a chance. The owl constantly had the high ground and kept swooping and swooping. And he tried to fend him off with, like, a rolled-up leaflet about something good, but he just kept going. It attached itself to its head, and he can't be seen to hurt a living thing. He's a kind man, but eventually he just had to kill it with a brick.
His tactics were always bad in that he actually tried to sneak up on the owl, but then the head spun all the way around. And the owl said, gotcha. Oh!
Don't ever try that, because they know exactly what you're doing. Great fighters, the owls.
Who would win in a fight between an owl and a tiger?
An owl. An owl.
An owl?
An owl has the high ground, Linda. The tiger, it's just going to come down. Exactly. The owl would basically adopt Muhammad Ali's rope-a-dope. It would make the tiger just swing itself out and then just go in and peck it. I think, hand on heart, we all know this is not making the edit.
Our first topic is sport. Who wants to come in on that? John.
So, the hunt for the New England manager is now on, but the most exciting thing about this is it's actually going to be a hunt. The FA have bought a pack of hounds. They're giving them a sniff of Alf Ramsey's old hat, and they were last seen marauding across the English countryside, tooting on their horns. Sport is now the only way to guarantee improvement in a country's transport infrastructure. Again, look at the Olympics. We're going to get this Olympic javelin train, which will go from King's Cross to the Games in just 7 minutes. But once again, the most exciting thing about this is it's actually going to be a javelin. You're going to have to get on board it like a witch would get on a broomstick, and then Steve Backley is going to throw everyone just short of their destination.
Very good, John. News of the King of Pop, the news of the King... you have heard this, I presume, somewhere. This is the news of the King of Pop, Michael Jackson, is dead. The 50-year-old star died suddenly following a cardiac arrest and was just weeks away from his This Is It tour in London. His death has left millions of fans in mourning. One devastated fan said, I was at Disneyland when I heard he died. I didn't want to believe it. It was only when Mickey Mouse confirmed it to me that I accepted it.
You know, in the future, everyone will say, oh, do you remember where you were when Michael Jackson died? Almost everybody will be able to answer, I was texting a joke about Michael Jackson. Even the doctor that was announcing that he died had a look across his face like, I've got one. He touched millions of fans. People are going to love this.
There was a bloke on the radio, I was listening on 5 Live or something, he said, brilliant, he said, I'm really glad that he didn't do those 50 nights at the O2 because I think they would have killed him.
People reacted to his death very differently, didn't they? I mean, like Jermaine Jackson was on the news saying that he wished that he'd died instead. Do you see that?
Yeah.
And I reacted differently. I wished that he'd died as well.
There are, now that he's dead, 13 singles in the top 40. So the Spice Girls, they know what they've got to do, don't they?
When they found him, they said that he was face down on the floor next to the bed. And they didn't call an ambulance for 50 minutes because they just thought he was looking for the other glove.
It can't have been easy, though, for them to actually work out he was ill, can it? Because let's face it, he's been looking pale for 20 years.
Yeah, but come on. I genuinely think the symptoms of a massive cardiac arrest are more than you're looking a bit pale there.
We seem to forget. We're forgetting, though, that the guy was a genius. Like, he wrote some of the best records of our generation. Thriller is still the best-selling album
I think you'll
of all
find
time.
Glenn Miller wrote some of the best records of my generation.
OK, of my generation. But, no, the guy was a genius. I mean, what black man can produce 3 white kids? It's amazing. Frankie's got a better chance of being their dad than Michael.
You're right, though, Jim. If that is the case, they're in real trouble. Yeah. A choice between Michael and Frankie.
Sorry, kids, a bit of a change of location for you. You're going to live with Uncle Frankie now.
What, after staying with Michael Jackson? It's all got to be up from there, hasn't it? Do you know the weirdest thing about Michael Jackson? I didn't even know this. He was a Jehovah's Witness. That's like the least weird thing about him. I bet when he went to the Jehovah's Witness meetings, they pretended not to be in. Michael, turn the telly down.
Although he did look like someone who wouldn't have a blood transfusion, didn't he?
I think people generally, because they loved his music so much, they were willing to forgive him what he got up to in his private life. So there's a lesson in there, isn't there? For Gary Glitter, write better songs.
But the memorial had a huge number of stars. You know, Stevie Wonder, Mariah Carey, Lionel Richie. Oh, yeah, and the kid from Britain's Got Talent. I love it.
Hey, they gave Stevie Wonder a seat in the front row.
Wait, you've got to wait 10 minutes for him to walk all the way from the back of the theatre. Next up, Stevie Wonder. Come on, Stevie, we haven't got all day here. Stevie's like, I'll be with you in a minute. Weaving his way, like in the middle of the row. Sorry, excuse me, sorry, I'm on like...
You know that they said they'd had thousands of volunteers to be pallbearers at Michael Jackson's funeral? I bet they did. Where were they when Barry White died?
One of the best stories about this, I don't know if you read this, was that Bubbles has been banned from the funeral because he's too violent. That's a fantastic story, isn't it? But surely Michael Jackson's dad's going, who beat him up for 20 years, and yet a monkey who likes to throw his poo around a bit much. But they didn't even tell him because they didn't want to upset him. He's a monkey! As if he sat there going, no. You see, banana! Num, num, num. When did we start telling pets? Somebody must have made the decision, like, Michael's dead, somebody better tell the tigers. Do you reckon they'll do that with David Blunkett? If he pegs it, someone better tell his dog. He's gone, David. No!
I think the dog will sense the dead weight on the lead. Yeah. I think he should have left Bubbles to Diana Ross. Because it's great. He left the 3 kids to Diana Ross and she didn't know. That's a... They're going to turn up and she's going to go, what is it, trick or treat? No, we always wear these. Right?
He's left his kids to Diana Ross.
She doesn't know. It's like, we should all do it. Let's all put that in our... Like, it's be like Rick rolling.
It would be great, though, if we did leave everything to Diana Ross, if everyone in the world got together, just leaving anything, you know, like a bugle or a flute, just so that she'd be sat there going, this is ridiculous. I feel like I'm in the middle of a chain reaction.
Do you think?
Do you think for parenting, if they're misbehaving, you should just go, stop, in the name of love?
When I was actually, seriously, when I was like, I suppose when I was about 8 or 9, I was a massive Michael Jackson fan, and I wish I'd known at the time that I was his type. You know the conspiracy theory at the minute? There's a conspiracy theory already that Michael Jackson faked his own death. If he faked his death, where could he go in the world that he would blend in? Does Cornwall even have a police force?
Isn't it odd that Michael Jackson's dancing deteriorated as he got whiter and whiter?
Our next round is called If This Is the Answer, What Is the Question? On the board are 6 categories. Holly, which category would you like?
Please, may I have home news?
OK, home news it is. The answer is poultry, axes and pills. What is the question?
Is this the ingredients for the hardest ever episode of Ready, Steady, Cook?
Is it what gave my sister the hen night she wasn't expecting?
Is it what 3 things are inadvisable to smuggle up your arse?
What are the only 3 ways I can still get the horn?
Is it what is the actual title of an aisle in Aldi?
Is it what accessories come with the Charlie Sheen action figure?
What 3 things do you need if you're going to cook cock ovalium?
Is it a night out of Bill Cosby?
Is it what respectively makes you a threat to vegans, trees and headaches?
Is it what ingredients does Heston Blumenthal need to make a lemon meringue pie?
What are the only 3 things the BBC haven't managed to build a bake-off style show around?
What 3 things do you need if you're going to make an abattoir where the chickens have a choice?
Oh, that is... Wow, that is dark. So I put it to you again, Mac Cluckerson. Shall I do it or shall you do it? Then you know the correct answer.
What are you allowed to have a plastic... OK, what are you allowed to get a free plastic bag with if you're buying? I didn't say this right.
Say it one more time.
OK. Because it's really technical. Because it's like, what are you allowed... What? No, I can't do it.
You have all the bit...
What are the exceptions? OK, I've got it.
For which items?
What are the exceptions to the free plastic bag? No. What are the...
Yeah,
I've got it!
Okay. What 3 products would exempt you from the 5p charge on a plastic bag?
That's absolutely right.
I was going to say that!
OK, here we go. The first subject is unlikely things for a royal correspondent to say.
Isn't it wonderful to see Prince Charles being made king at the age of 137?
And the Queen there majestically taking her place in the queue to withdraw her savings from Northern Rock.
The Queen asked me if I was from the BBC. I said I was, and she told me to piss off.
There we see Prince Philip going over to talk to a man from China. This should be interesting.
In fact, it's the Chinese Premier, and he's just asked him for a menu.
Prince Harry hasn't been put off by the congestion charge. He says he still manages to come into Chelsea twice a day.
Well, the crowd are absolutely loving this event. The night sky is dancing with light. Yes, the Queen set fire to Windsor Castle again.
It's great to see the whole family waving from the balcony through the sights of my AK-47.
They were holding it in Northern Ireland, weren't they? And I suppose one of the advantages of holding it in Northern Ireland is if they do have any anti-G8 protesters, people in Northern Ireland are just going to laugh at them, aren't they? You know, call that a protest. We'll show you a protest.
It's good for the protesters themselves, because I would imagine Northern Ireland is one of the best places to find a cheap second-hand balaclava.
I did a tour last year and I was talking about the riots in London, and there was a point where I would go, "Did you see the riots?" to the audience, you know, and Northern Ireland, in Derry, they went, "Riots? My hole." Like a genuine civic pride in how much better their riots were than the riots. One bloke shouted, "That was a shopping trip." And the reason I brought up always is because there's one thing when it comes to riots, and this may have been like in their mind. There's one thing that they have in Northern Ireland that the rest of the UK don't have when it comes to riots. You know what it is?
A loyalty card?
No. Hello, John. Hello. Yeah, back again.
Looting you again.
Yeah.
A genuine grievance?
No, a piece of equipment. It's actually the UK's, but they're all stored in Northern Ireland.
It's water cannons.
It's water cannons.
But they could make those friendlier by popping a Barocca in.
Hang on, if you put a Barocca into a water cannon...
You just get friendly foam. It'd be like a disco. Everyone would love it.
So it would be orange. It might be a bit antagonistic.
Yeah. All of the UK's water cannons are stored in Northern Ireland. The funny thing is, if you ask that in Northern... Everyone in Northern Ireland knows that. If you ask, hey, why were there no water cannons at the London riots? Everyone in Northern Ireland knows what. But if you ask in, say, Northampton, why were there no water cannons at the London riot? The genuine first answer was hosepipe ban. As if they didn't use it in case middle-class people pretended to riot to get their... Oh, come on, I'm rioting! Yeah. I'm rioting near the begonias. I'm rioting here. Now we play a round called It's Getting Hot in Here, so take out all your jokes. This game involved Tiff and Ramesh, so if you could make your way to the performance area, please. This round is a stand-up challenge. I launched a wheel of news, and whoever chooses to stop, one of our performers must step forward and talk about that subject. OK, here we go. The first subject is... magazines. Who wants to come in on that?
OK. As a woman, most of your life is designed to make you feel a little bit shit. And magazines are responsible for that. You know, magazines like OK, which I look at on the shelves and think, when are they going to stop putting people on the front of that who are quite clearly not OK? Magazines will recommend that you have plastic surgery. That seems to be everywhere. Too much plastic surgery these days. I think that's why they've invented emoticons. Right, they're for women who've had too much plastic surgery, so you can just hold up an iPad and say, I feel happy, I feel sad, I feel like a smiley poo with eyes. But I think the worst thing that magazines do is they perpetuate trends, really bad trends, right? I don't know how you guys feel about vajazzling. But I genuinely believe it is a plot by religious groups to get gay men interested in vaginas. By making them look like disco balls. I told my mum about the vajazzling, right? I said, Mum, they do this thing now where they put Diamante on your downstairs. And my mum just went, vajazzling? In my day, you were lucky if you gave it a wash.
Thank you very much, Jeff. OK, that leaves us with Ramesh. Let's see what you've been left with. Let's spin the wheel. And the topic is parenting.
I'm a parent. You know, we had our first child, and our first child is such a lovely kid. You know, he always says please and thank you. He's such a wonderful, wonderful little boy. I said to my wife, do you know what? I think we might have mastered parenting. I think it's just about setting clear boundaries and being consistent. The second one, feral. Right. Like, I love him, but what a prick this kid is. Like, I love him, but what an unacceptable human being. Like, I love him, but I don't like him. You know, that's... Like, I'm going to have to say to him one day, you're a mistake. And not, like, in the way that the contraception went wrong. Like, the decision to have you was a mistake. Sometimes I want him to get hurt. There you go, I said it. I said, now, listen. I don't mean really hurt. I don't mean really hurt, I just mean a little bit. You know, because he doesn't listen, this kid. When I say to him, don't do that, dude, because if you do that, you're going to get hurt. And then he does it, and he doesn't get hurt. That pisses me off, right? Because that is life telling him that I'm full of shit. This kid's running with scissors with no consequences. Do you know what I mean?
Very good. I think the points go to Tits every time. Come on back, both of you. And the first topic is health. Who wants to come out? Nish.
I had a bit of a health emergency last year. I was doing the washing up and I cut my hand. I was washing up and I pushed my hand into a glass. The glass shattered and it slashed my hand here and I had to go to hospital. And let me tell you this, the NHS staff are incredible. They're really nice to me. They're really sweet. One of them called me a brave boy. Which is good because I was being one, so I don't know what you're laughing at, OK? I'm the one with the badge. Anyway, before I did that, I did something which I probably regret doing. I called NHS 111. Now, if you don't know what this service is, it's a service the government has brought in to replace NHS Direct. So if you have a non-life-threatening emergency, you're supposed to dial 111 on your phones. Now, I'm sure that these people are very nice, but based on my experience, they have proportionately less skill than their numerical value compared to 999, because it was the blind leading the blind. At one point, she said, "How is the blood?" And I said, "Red," because I had no idea. Then she said, "Is there a lot of blood?" I said, "Yes," because there was a lot of blood. And she said, "Is there enough to fill a mug?" I've got no idea. I don't wish to brag. I have a lot of different mug sizes in my house. Also, while this was happening, I was just panicking. I wasn't decanting the blood in that it could be poured back into my body at a later date. Then she said, "Is the blood flowing or oozing?" I said, "I have no idea what the difference is between those two things is." And she said, "Oh, there's a difference." And I was like, "I'm not getting into a semantic debate with you while blood is gushing out of my hand." And she just went, "Gushing, thank you very much."
Nish, come on. OK, that leaves us with Milton. Let's see what you've been left with. And the topic is transport.
When I was at school, my bike was smashed up. It was my own fault, really. I just handed out leaflets saying, "Bullying, let's break the cycle." "We've been over this again and again and again," said my driving instructor, pointing to the badger. Apparently, there is actually a road in the north of England called Quality Street. And there's only one person living in it, and he's both Turkish and delightful. Tricky, isn't it, if you're both a moth and a sea captain? In charge of a ship. But up ahead, you see a lighthouse. You know you shouldn't. Toilets in trains are rubbish, aren't they? Especially the one right at the front, and the bloke in there gets so cross.
And the points go to Nish. Come on back. First up is language. Who wants to come in with that? Chris.
Language, apparently, was developed by humans to help them during hunting. That's what people will tell you. I don't buy that. I think language is more likely to have developed spontaneously, probably between a cave couple who were just furious with each other, incandescent with rage, but completely incapable of expressing their emotion, just standing opposite each other in the cave mouth going until something had to give. And one of them finally snapped and went, "You prick!" And they all went, "Oh, it's all coming out now, isn't it? Never clean this cave up. This place is a tip." "Well, why didn't you say something before?" "Well, I couldn't, could I?" "You're a pig, you are. My mother warned me about you." "Oh, really? How?" Bantu, the Bantu languages of the southern African peoples, they speak with a system of clicks and tuts, this kind of using their throat and their tongue, and constantly surrounded by horses they've no need of. It's a nightmare for them. Bantu for go away horse is they're screwed, really, isn't it?
Thank you very much, Chris. OK, let's spin the wheel again. The subject is home life. Who wants to come in? Sarah.
My home life involves no children. I don't really like children. And if you ask, most of my female friends don't have kids. If you ask any woman who doesn't have kids what would worry them about having kids, the answer would always be childbirth. From what I understand of childbirth, it changes you downstairs, doesn't it? It changes you downstairs. I quite like my downstairs the way it is, thanks very much. Certainly don't want an extension. But it's bound to change, though, isn't it? Because you're forcing a person out. That's what you're doing. You're forcing a person out. I've never forced a person out. I forced a couple in. But I was in a shop recently, and this little boy came running over to me, put his hand in mine and shouted, "Mammy!" And I thought, oh, sometimes forget me keys, but I think I'd remember that. And then his dad came over, and I thought, I wonder if this is the best chat-up line ever. And his dad's going to go, "No, no, that's not your mammy. Remember, your mammy left us because my willy's too big."
Interviews. Who wants to come in that?
OK.
Matt.
Go for that. It's fascinating watching different politicians and how they deal with interviews. Ed Miliband, when he gets asked a question he doesn't like, will just have this amazing technique where he'll just ask himself a new question and answer that instead. And it really works. He got asked before the election by Nick Robinson. Mr Miliband, you've said you'll set a new mansion tax if you become Prime Minister, but you won't yet tell us at what rate you would set it. And Miliband just went, look, Nick, if you're asking me, have I got a plan for the housing market, then the answer's yes. It's amazing. Farage is one of the best ones at it, because no matter what you ask him, he'll get a political answer in somewhere. You could say, Nigel, what you had for breakfast, mate? And he'd go, tea, toast and the Telegraph, great British breakfast. He always manages to get his messages across. Boris Johnson is fascinating because he just loves avoiding questions, and he uses a twin-track approach of flattery and Latin. And this genuinely works. If he was here now, you could say, Boris, come on, just a minute. You want to be Prime Minister? And he'd go, oh, no, let me just say, great to be here amongst such great learned people on this crucible of culture. Reminds me very much of a phrase my father used to use, divitas, divitum, rectum.
Well done, Matt. Very good. OK, so James is left. Let's see what he's been left with. Let's spin the wheel. And the topic is Britain.
I wish I was Mexican. Love everything about... I love Mexican food. My favourite place to eat is a Mexican restaurant called Oaxaca. All you need to know about Oaxaca, everyone steals their spoons. So much so that every January, Oaxaca have a spoon amnesty on. You bring back one of the stolen spoons, and then they reward you with 3 tacos. Genius. Not only do they get their spoons back, they also get to watch while the thieves eat tacos, which I imagine have been interfered with beyond belief. Love Mexican food, love Mexican music. Mariachi music, best music in the world. Top 3 mariachi songs. Number 1. Number 2. Number 3, nothing, because there are no other mariachi songs. Ever been to a mariachi nightclub? It's full of people just going up to the DJ like, hey man, have you got yeah, I'll play it next. How about open your ears, I'm playing it right now. You can request that song during the next one. Growing up in school, I was the only kid in my whole school who liked mariachi music. It was a nightmare. I couldn't walk down the corridor without some knob knocking my sombrero off my head. Stepping on the back of my poncho on the way in a maths class. Once, a kid wrote Chimichanga Bumboy across my forehead while I was having my post-lunch siesta. He also drew a moustache on my face, but to be fair, that played into my hands.
Bravo, very good. It's close, but for sticking to the topic, James Acaster gets the points. Well done to both of you. Come on back.
The subject is family. Who wants to come out of that?
So, it wasn't easy growing up trying to be a little liberal kid in the most right-wing family in the whole of my town. My dad was the most right-wing person I knew, but always quick to point out, I'm not racist, But, that was the danger word. I'm not racist, but, or the latest remix, which is even more innocuous and dangerous, all I want to do is have a sensible discussion about immigration, yeah? Isn't it obvious? All right, no one with that face wants a sensible discussion about anything. I just want to have a sensible little chat in the back of that transit van over there, yeah? Me and my brothers, the rest of your family, Mr. Woolham, whatever your bloody name is, mate, yeah? Get in the van, right? My dad even managed to be prejudiced about my first car decision. How do you even achieve that? By British or German. Do not bring Crappanese onto my driveway, boy. Not only that, but I chose a hybrid car. Part electric, part petrol, papa, right? Another question mark hanging over my sexuality. It's the noise of it when it drove off. Thanks for Sunday lunch. Bye, Daddy. Thank you.
Good man. OK, that leaves us with Milton. Let's see what you've been left with. Let's spin the wheel. And the topic is jobs.
I used to work at a Christian rock festival selling toasties. The best day was when I sold this Jewish bloke some yellow ham. My dad was a dustman. I didn't like him coming to collect us from school, though. Not because I was ashamed he was a dustman, it's just you never knew which day he was going to come. The rest of my family were police marksmen. Apart from my grandfather, he was a bank robber. He died quite recently, surrounded by his family. My uncle, he's a police frogman. No, sorry, he's a French policeman. I used to work in a supermarket. It was my job to hand out samples of things for people to taste. But I was asked to leave after the little cups of bleach incident. After that, I worked in a pathology lab. But I was asked to leave after one of my reports said, cause of death, autopsy.
And the first topic is home life. Nate.
Yeah, I could talk about home life. I still live at home with my mum still. Thanks for the judgmental silence. Yeah, I live at home. My mates give me the most stick for it, because I'm the last one in my group of friends who still lives at home with my mum. They've all moved out, so they see me as a mummy's boy. And every time they see me, they're like, Nathan, what's wrong with you, man? Why are you still at your mum's, man? Are you embarrassed? Why are you still at your mum's? Why are you still at your mum's? It's like, I live in West London. Have you seen house prices? I'm not going anywhere, man. If anything, I'm looking at my mum thinking, when are you going to bloody leave? Clinging on, let it go, woman. She's going to slap the black off me when she sees this. So, yeah, I like peace and quiet. Although, to be honest, at home, I'm not getting a lot of peace and quiet at the moment, mainly because of my mum and my stepdad. They got married quite recently. And I'm happy for my mum. You know, she found happiness. She deserves it. However, at the moment, they're going through that honeymoon phase where they're having sex all the time. Yeah, it is bloody disturbing, man. Because my bedroom is, like, right next door. So, like, every time they do it, I hear everything. Like, a few Saturdays ago, right? It's late at night. I'm about to go to sleep. From next door, I can hear my stepdad going, oh, yes, oh, yes, oh, yes, oh, yes, oh, Lord, oh, Lord. Say something nasty, say something nasty, say something nasty. So I screamed out, you're not my real dad!
Thank you very much, Devin. OK, that leaves us with Ed. Let's see what topic you've been left with. And the topic is diet.
I hope this isn't just a hint that I need to lose weight. Because I've lost quite a lot of weight recently. Anyway, I've lost about 6 stone in the last 3 years. Cheers, guys, thanks. I mean, no. Too late, you went with the British reaction. Thank you very much. Couldn't give a shit, mate. Carry on. We don't... Stop showing off. We don't want to hear about it. Found myself in a bit of a nightmare situation recently. I went to the Middle East to do some gigs. Now, that bit was nice, that was lovely, but they put you up in a hotel where the food is all-you-can-eat buffets 3 times a day for 10 days. Now, this is a nightmare scenario for me because I cannot be trusted at an all-you-can-eat buffet. Sometimes I don't even remember the buffet bit. All I remember is picking up a plate and I'll wake up 6 hours later covered in rice and sauce. And I can't theme a buffet. I can't theme a buffet either. I won't pick up a plate and go, oh, I'll have some rice, I'll have some curry. Well done, Ed, you've made yourself an Indian meal. Won't do that. I'll get a plate, I'll get a spoon, and I'll run along the full line of trays, just scraping food from every nation onto it until I've got some sort of plate Pangea, just an unidentifiable mass, just Spanish food, Japanese food, Chinese food, Indian food, coffee, sushi, just horrible. Just wedge my face into it, everyone going, is that man all right? Don't look at me! I'm having a buffet! Just food from all over the world. My body for 10 days had no idea where I was on this planet. I went for a shit 3 days in, a UN flag came out.
Well done. Come on back. The next topic is charity. Joe, you going for that?
All this talk of family makes you a bit peckish, doesn't it? It's comic relief, right? Keep asking me if I'll go out to Africa, you know, to sort of comfort people. But how are they going to feel with me getting off the plane? Hello! You're all hungry, are you? I've had a good dinner. And, you know, there are huge problems to be tackled in Africa. I don't know if you know this, but actually in South Africa, you can insure yourself against getting raped because if you catch the HIV virus, treatment's really expensive. And what's that going to be like? You know, you're walking along, some bloke jumps out from behind a hedge, gets his ghoulies out, and you think, oh, Christ, there goes me no claims bonus there.
Sit down, Joe, please. OK, let's have another topic. Topic is crime. Who's coming in that? John.
The most important thing to remember about crime is that any law only makes sense in context. Look at sport. Punching someone repeatedly in the face is lauded in boxing, but is seriously frowned upon in table tennis. Similarly, if you come out of your corner in a boxing round bouncing a little ball on a bat, it's going to be literally seconds before you're staring at some lights. Furthermore, Moses. Now, there's a man who'd be on pretty much anyone's list of top 5 Jews. But think about it. When he led the children out of Israel, he was technically guilty of 3,000 counts of abducting a minor, bush arson, trespassing, and abducting the sea. And yet he walks free today. There really is no justice.
Well done, John. Very good. Sit down. Leaving us with 2 contestants. 1 topic we'll give you. Fight it out. Straight battle. What's the last topic this week? Jacques Chirac. Europe, let's say. Hugh, do you want to go first?
Britain isn't getting on very well with France at the moment, and it is partially because the French are a bit snooty. For example, take Concorde. Do you know, in the original version of Concorde, the French had their plane built with the front hinged the other way round, so it could turn its nose up when it landed on the But the kind of European integration we don't, any of us seem to mind, is town twinning. Everybody wants a French, you know, town to twin with. And I didn't know how it happened, actually, until I recently went to Swindon. Met a bloke from Swindon Council. He told me that apparently it's very like getting a teenage pen pal, on the basis that Swindon was getting on very well with Monte Carlo until they sent them a photograph and never heard from them again.
Very good, very good. Well done, Hugh. Give him a round of applause. It is a head-to-head. Al, on the topic of Europe?
Well, of course, what's happened here is the French. The French have voted against Europe and now expect us to cough up for it. It's the classic example of the French attitude. They've lost the plot, basically, completely. I mean, these are people with a town called Brest, and none of them think it's funny. In any other country, a melted cheese would be regarded as a f***up, wouldn't it? They're up to something, aren't they? No, well, I'm not done yet. Staying over there with their own customs. The point is, I think... I mean, that Eiffel Tower's a tragic waste of Meccano, isn't it? As a result, French boys have nothing to play with except themselves, and that's how it started, isn't it?
Al, thank you very much. Al Murray, give a round of applause. Tough to say, I'm giving it to Hugh, I'm giving it that side. Sit down, both of you.
The first subject is leadership.
Leadership looks fun, but it's stressful. Just look at anyone leading a conga. On the outside, it looks brilliant, having a great time all the time, just... Yes, you bloody are. Yes, you bloody are, mate. In their heads, just going, I don't know where I'm going. I didn't plan a route. I never asked for any of this. God, I miss my family. Everyone's trapped in the conga. You think you can leave? You can't leave. Person at the back, maybe, they could let go, make a run for it. Everyone else, you let go. You're not out the conga. Now, you're the leader of a rival conga. Now you've got turf wars to worry about. Worst case scenario, you're second from the back, you let go. The one person behind you loves congas, isn't giving up for anyone. You're trying to mingle at the party with a maniac on your hips. Can have a serious discussion about the Lib Dem conference, they're still going hell for leather. You'd have to go swimming just to get rid of them. Never going to lead a conga. Never going to lead a free cheers either. I don't know who these lunatics are. I don't know where you acquire that level of confidence. Just get up in a room full of people. Free cheers for Jackie! Hip, hip! What if everyone goes, no? Not free cheers for Jackie, she's an unpleasant person. How about no cheers for Jackie? Hip, hip, shut up.
OK, that leaves us with Gary. Let's see what you've been left with. Let's spin the wheel. OK, the topic is health. Where you go?
I'm a lot sportier than I might look. In fact, I picked up a little niggle at the gym the other day. I mean, he pronounces it Nigel. I had a very stressful journey getting here today. All the way, this lorry driver was right up my arse. But it was nice of him to give me a lift. I spent most of the afternoon hanging out at the swimming baths. And then somebody told me and I tucked it back in again. I put on a lot of weight recently, so I rang up Weight Watchers. I said, it's an emergency. Can you send somebody round? And they said, yes, we can. We got loads of those. My grief counsellor died recently, but luckily he was so good I didn't give a shit. I accidentally kicked the dog earlier and he bit me on the bollocks. My mate said it's karma. I said, no, if anything, he's even more angry. I asked the vet, what can I do? I think my dog's racist. He keeps barking at the Asian man next door. And the vet said, muzzle him. I said, I don't know, but he's got a beard. I went round to see my nan. I said, what you been up to? She said, weed in the garden. I said, well, at least you didn't shit in it. I was in the garden with my girlfriend earlier, and we saw the 18-year-old girl next door, all dolled up, ready to go out clubbing. And my girlfriend said, do you know what? At that age, I could really see myself in her. Which was weird, because I was thinking the exact same.
Thank you very much. Well done, Gary. Point there for O'Donnell. Come on. Ava, which category would you like?
Home news, please.
OK, home news it is. The answer is 43 years. What is the question?
How long does it take to repay a £10 loan from Wonga.com?
Is it... what's the life expectancy of someone who works at Greggs?
What is the average Silverstone lap time for a Formula 1 car on Pirelli tyres.
Is it how long is too long to be out for if you say I'm just popping down to the shops for a minute?
Is it how old is the Earth if Michelle Obama really is the First Lady?
Is it how old did Dara look when he was 25?
No, you laughed first.
Oh,
You can't pretend sympathy when you laughed first.
In fact, how long have my parents regretted using pulling out as a contraceptive?
How long will Julian Assange be living in an embassy before he finally goes, do you know what, I should have just gone to jail?
Is it, if Ed Miliband remains leader, how long will it take before Labour get back into power?
What is the MILF age of consent?
OK, if you put in a ready meal 43 years ago, how long has it been ready for?
Can I have the correct answer, please? Can I have the correct answer?
Is that not the correct answer?
No, it's not the correct answer. Nor have any of you even attempted to do the correct answer.
It's in how many years will Brazil be ready to host the 2014 World Cup? Genuine proper answer is how long can Gerard Depardieu balance a spoon on his nose?
Could I have anything that even vaguely resembles a topical news story?
OK, is it how many years' worth of shale gas are they claiming there is now under the British Isles?
Absolutely right, Chris Addison. Absolutely right.
Well done.
Likely dating profiles.
Do you want a man who's comfortable to say the word love? Call me. I'm a Wimbledon umpire.
Hey, do you like it when two bodies come together and fall into great ecstasy? Me too. Let's find some and watch them from the bushes.
Once you go Asian, you'll never go Caucasian.
True story?
All right, long walks on the beach, a pebble beach, barefoot. I love pain. I love pain!
Vegan woman in her 30s seeks vegan man for fun, companionship and joyless dinners out.
And would it impress you to know that I typed out this entire profile using my dick?
Lady, aged 50, never married, loves books, gardening, knitting and long walks. Seeks a gentleman who's very kind and likes similar things. Must be hung like a hoover.
Sensible man with Bingley Building Society gold account at 1.85%. Seeks woman with similar interest.
Hello, I'm looking for a bloke called Dave. He's been hanging out in Nice, apparently got his trotters up.
Man in his 40s, owner of Foldy-Uppy Bike. Looking for any woman who's interested in me demonstrating my Foldy-Uppy Bike. Look, it folds up.
Ambitious man with no sense of work-life balance seeks woman... I haven't got time for this.
You could say I'm a bit old-fashioned in that I'm a phenomenal bigot.
Man with huge belly seeks concave woman.
Female, early 60s, high achiever, snappy dressing leader of the Conservative Party, very horny, has the potential to fuck the whole country.
Questions omitted from the British citizenship test.
Can you fly a plane? Can you land a plane?
Pat Butcher, shag or die?
Do you ever look at the ingredients on Ready, Steady, Cook and think, I could make a bomb out of that?
Is there any chance you could represent us in the 2012 Olympics? In which case, you're in.
Boris Johnson, true or false?
Do you like the music of what?
On this map of Britain, can you point to where Gloucester used to be?
Are you paying too much for your car insurance?
OK, let's leave it at that. Point to Frankie, you and Adam. The next topic is unlikely things to hear on a history documentary.
Now follows a documentary about the Queen Mother, which contains nudity and strong language from the start.
And it was here, at this exact spot that faced with 30,000 baying Frenchmen, that Henry V shat himself.
On the first day of the Battle of the Somme, over 60,000 documentaries were commissioned.
I was in the parachute regiment. I was dropped over occupied territory. 4,000 feet, 3,000, 2,000. I pulled the cord. My cagoule tightened.
Two World Wars and one World Cup. Doodah.
And it was actually here, in this very tower, that the princes were slaughtered. William on Red Bull and vodka and...
1547. Nostradamus predicts the rock group the Kaiser Chiefs. He also predicts a riot.
On one side of battle stood William of Orange. On the other side, Charles of O2 and Richard of Vodafone.
The final outcome of the Second World War has changed the world forever. So, if you don't want to know the result, look away now.
Next, Eva Braun, the inventor of the lady shave.
So it was my job to assassinate Himmler. So I stood behind the tree and waited for his car to come round the corner. Then I leapt out and I said, boo! Sometimes all we had was the element of surprise.
Napoleon was imprisoned in St. Helena, which was extremely uncomfortable for her. Her head was pointed, and he never took his boots off.
The Loch Ness Monster. Fact or fiction? Fiction. Good night.
Of course, during the war, I was brought up in Dorset. None of us expected the surprise Japanese attack on Poole Harbour.
At the end of that round, the points go to David, Hugh and Milton.
The topic is driving.
Oh. I have to drive because I run like that. Now, I don't want you guys to think I'm a failure just because I live at home with my mum and dad and I'm 35 years old. Because recently, one of the things I did is I finally passed my driving test. You would not clap if you'd seen me do it. I found the whole process very stressful, and I get quite nervous about it. And people aren't very much help when you feel nervous. Like I'd say, oh, I'm feeling nervous, and they go, oh, don't be nervous. Oh, thanks very much, I hadn't thought of it like that. Where I live, when you first pass your driving test, everyone has to go on this one rite of passage drive to an out-of-town shopping centre which goes by the name of Blue Water. And so I decided I wouldn't go on my own. I thought I'd take someone with me. I'll take my dad with me because I've got a good relationship with my dad, and I thought this would be a great way to end it. And, like, the last thing my dad taught me how to do was how to box. Yeah. When I was being picked on at school. Can you imagine? And he was just standing there going, it's all right, you just got to punch my hands. Just try punching my hands. I was cowering in the corner going, no, Dad, no, I can't do it. I can't deal with confrontation. It doesn't sound right in my accent. My dad was going, oh, I thought you'd be much better at this. I mean, you've already got the silk dressing gown on and everything. So we're sat there in the car, right, and there's already a tension, and we're going along, and we come to some traffic lights, and they're red. That means you have to stop. I've done the theory test as well. Anyway, the lights went from red to amber to green, and I went to drive off, and what happened is I stalled the engine. And my dad, bless him, he turned to me, and he said, concentrate! Which is such a calming thing to say.
Thank you very much, well done, both of you. And right round the applause go to Tessa. So good. We start with a round called If This Is the Answer, What Is the Question? On the board are 6 categories. Ivo, which category would you like?
I would like home news, please, Dara.
Home news it is. The answer is 1 year. What is the question?
What would be an appropriate prison sentence for people who use the phrase hollybobs?
Not the answer, but I'll take it.
Is it how long the BBC have left now they've lost Bake Off?
And the clock is already ticking. Yeah.
Is it in a Wetherspoon's kitchen? What is the chef's equivalent of the 5-second rule?
Is it Southern Rail's estimate for London to Brighton journey?
Do people kiss goodbye to their children at a Southern Rail station and go, you look after your mum?
Is it, how long does it take to earn £100 if you work at Sports Direct?
How long does it take a YouTube clip to buffer at my parents' house?
Is it... How long would Charles Manson have gotten in prison if he'd been a promising swimmer?
Yeah. Bit of truth.
Bit of politics
How long does Jeremy Hunt want junior doctors to work per week?
OK, so under Theresa May's education reforms, how much of a carefree childhood will children now be allowed?
Is it how long would it take to rewatch all of Dara's TV appearances from the last month?
Thank you very much.
If I make a joke about ISIS in the queue, how long will it take me to get through airport security?
OK, is that the correct answer?
I think. How long has Jeremy Corbyn been leader of the Labour Party?
It is indeed. Thank you very much, Judas. Well done. Yes, the question I was looking for was for how long has Jeremy Corbyn been leader of the Labour Party, and will he stay as leader of the Labour Party?
He's not had a very successful year, has he? Really, he moves forward with all the dynamism, energy, and impetus of a canal boat. But his followers really believe in him, to the extent that at the party conference they've now told the caterers just to provide loaves and fishes.
Jeremy Corbyn has got the look of a man who can survive 6 months on one Kendall mint cake.
If it was a computer game, he would be the last character that you would choose.
But in terms they understand, what Pokemon is he?
I would say he's Lickitung. You know, just sort of, like, quite sluggish.
Yeah. I bet he's more Magikarp. A flapping fish, you know, needs a lot of candy to upgrade.
I feel like my nightmare has finally come true. It has happened. I am sitting here and I do not understand what you are talking about.
And in your nightmare, were you dressed as a member of Mumford & Sons?
Or
one of the
throwing
borrowers.
shade at my waistcoat?
It's a little rural for you, that particular waistcoat. Have you come into some land?
Neither he or his challenger for the party leadership, Owen Smith, would make very good X-Men. Corbyn's superpower would be sitting in a corridor even though there are seats available. And Owen Smith's superpower would be if he walks into a room, no one knows who he is.
Because Owen Smith, he looks like God's tried to make the most boring-looking man he can, and halfway through he got bored.
OK, the next topic is unlikely to hear at Euro 2016.
Wayne Rooney's come out covered in Formica. I think the managers told them to play as a unit.
Rooney is playing in the pocket. Oh, that's unpleasant.
And England go through on penalties.
And the French mascot is 7-year-old Lucien Dubois from Nice, showing us all how to smoke a cigarette with real panache there.
Oh, that is an absolutely shocking decision by the referee. Black shorts, black shirt. I'm sure the girls will agree with me. Way too matchy-matchy.
Let's not forget that Roy Keane and Martin Skirtle were clubmates at Real Sociopath.
Oh, that is an absolute beauty. Swedish, about 25. Well done, Dirty Dave on camera 5.
The England front three are trying to get in behind, but the Wags are having none of it.
And the crowd invade the pitch, and the French officials have surrendered.
Oh, did that cross the line? Seemed a bit racist to me.
Well, next for us, it's Iceland-Turkey, and when that's defrosted, it's England-Slovakia.
And Russia have gone for a 4-3-3-7-8-10-1-9-16 formation. We're never going to get out of this alley.
Well, let's look at the stats in the first half. I was responsible for 90% of the clichés, and that really is the icing on the cake.
And the Swedes are out. He really should have worn tighter shorts.
So who's up for the World Cup in Russia? Guys?
There goes Ronaldo down the wing, doing what he did a minute ago, and he's slightly slower. This is the replays now. Yeah.
Say, cometh the hour, cometh the man, and I have. I'm just off to get some more pants.
At the end of that round, the boys got a rod, Ed and Miles.
there are crisis negotiations taking place between the IMF and, well, the troika of different bodies who've lent money to them and to the Greeks. And I think the Greeks will win the negotiation. And I'm willing to go on the line for this because with only some time to go during the negotiation, with the Greeks going, please, give us a bail us out, bail us out, bail us out, all they need to do, they've got one card that the Greeks can play, which is they can play that music, which means you will eventually, because it just starts like it's just quietly in the background, just slowly, give us some money, no. Give us some money, no. Give us some money, no. And then over time, slowly the pressure builds on this music until eventually it's like, give us some money, no. Give us some money, no. Give us some money, no. And eventually, I believe it gets us faster and faster until, you know, give us some money, 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 and until have the cash, take the cash and go. Leave me alone. It's fine. Really, I just wanted you to spend the rest of the evening going ding, 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 ding.
Could you hear that as well? I've worked there for a second.
Can we play the music again?
Oh, I love the music. Yeah, let's do it. One more time. The middle bit.
Just so slow again.
Oh my God, this is so fun. They go faster than us. They go too fast.
Table take our combined weight.
Split the table over together. We'll try. We can flip it.
I'm sure the people of Greece will be absolutely delighted.
Our next round is called If This Is the Answer, What Is the Question? On the board are 6 categories. John, which category would you like?
I would like sport, please, Dara.
OK, your category is sport, and the answer is 1. What is the question?
What is Bruce Forsyth's national insurance number?
Is it the viewing figures for the final Top Gear?
How many of the 3 wise men got invited back to Jesus' second birthday party?
What did the other 2 do wrong?
Oh, who wants frankincense and myrrh?
Nobody wants that.
And wasn't at the time frankincense was worth more than gold?
I think that was because there'd been a collapse in the price because Judea had just left the EU.
What is the optimum number of directions for a boy band?
Is it in my annual stock take? What number do I write on my left testicle?
Is it, to the Daily Mail, how many immigrants constitute a swarm?
Is it, how many packets of biscuits would you need to cater Michael Gobe's funeral?
Oh, that's cold.
Is it how many Fast and the Furious films would have been enough?
Is it? Yeah. How many times have I dropped a bath bomb in a lemonade?
It was that good, was it?
Put it this way, mate, you don't do it twice.
Is it what David Cameron's going to give Miss Piggy now he's not Prime Minister?
It took a long time to get to one.
Is it how many people is the reservation for, Mr. Corbyn?
Can we have the correct answer, please?
Is it how many times has Wales got to the semi-finals of the Euros?
Absolutely right. Thank you very much, Holly Ward. Very good. Yes, this question celebrates the first. How many times have Wales made it to at least the semi-finals of a major international football tournament? Now, this is recorded, obviously, on Tuesday. We don't know how it went against Portugal last night. But are we enjoying, or have we enjoyed, Wales in this tournament?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
It's the best thing. And it's just wonderful, because they embrace it and they love their players, one of which doesn't have a club, which is insane.
Yeah. If they get into the final, he's going to have to miss it, because he's got to go home to sign on.
One of the players, I've forgotten who, had tickets for Beyonce last weekend. Yeah, I mean, that shows a certain humility. You're like, oh, I got 3 matches, maybe a 4th. Ah, yeah, put me down for a ticket for Beyonce.
Joe Ledley had to cancel his wedding.
Had to cancel the wedding, yeah. I think the more substantial thing.
It's a bit embarrassing, though, that they've done so well and England have done so badly. But what annoys me is the FA always go, we're going to have a full investigation to see why we didn't progress as far. What are they going to find out? They're going to do an investigation and find out, oh, yeah, works out, the coaches were teaching them rugby. Nightmare. It's a shame, isn't it? Keep an eye on them next time.
What have the English fans, how have they been reacting to the Welsh success?
Well, this is the weird thing. So the day after they beat Belgium, the most common search, apparently, on Google was Welsh grandmother. Is that right?
That was the story, yeah.
They're trying to find out if they've got Welsh ancestry, but that's not... If you type Welsh grandmother into Google, it's like you're trying to buy one. It's not... What are you going to find out if you type Welsh grandmother? What's he going to tell you?
Google's like if you type Welsh grandmother into Pornhub.
If you want to find out I'm ignoring that. If you want to find out...
You're ignoring it, but you're going to try it later. When you say ignoring it, you mean storing
it away.
This calls for private browsing.
Good evening. Private browsing. Yes, sir. It's in the pocket for later.
Private browsing. Your country needs you again.
Thank you. Why did one of Corbyn's shadow cabinet appointments upset farmers?
Oh, it's his farming minister is a vegan. She's the only politician less welcome on a farm than David Cameron.
The good thing about having a vegan agriculture minister is they will not talk bullshit. They talk organic mulch.
She wants to treat meat eaters the same as smokers, doesn't she? And you're thinking, well, certainly if you go into Pizza Hut and order the meat feast, you'll think twice about that, wouldn't you, if you have to eat it outside?
I don't know. If people gathered outside offices to just eat meat, I think that would become enormously popular.
Just with a pepperami like this.
Yeah, that's it.
Bloody hell, it didn't used to be like this, did it?
Sitting under one of those heat lamps, it's slowly cooking.
You can imagine meat eaters going away to European holidays just to come back to be like, it was amazing, you can still eat meat inside over there.
But then the NHS could help with, wean you off with, a meat patch. Or you could just chew an OXO cube if you were getting, pangs.
Could you put an OXO tube into an e-cigarette and, vape it? Would that... would that perform the same thing? Oh, beefy. Oh, I really need
Sorry,
that.
it just sounded like you were having sex with Ian Botham then.
Tell him again about those long walks, beefy.
I think she's got a point, though. I think meat is quite similar to smoking. I think, a lot of people after sex, they like to have a cigarette. And I like to, after sex, just have a quick spit roast.
OK, who also had a party conference this week?
I believe it was UKIP.
It was, of course, UKIP. Yes, they did, actually, yeah. Nigel Farage, big fan of the show. How are you, Nigel? Good to the...
The thing about it was that they didn't have enough people, did they, at UKIP? They had to slash the ticket prices because nobody was turning up. I mean, they keep on telling us the country is full, but they can't even fill their own conference hall, can they?
It was at Doncaster Racecourse, which is weird, given the trouble they've had with the first past the post system. Why
Why are these people paying to go and watch the UKIP conference? Do you know what I mean? If you want to watch, boring old men in shit clothes talk about hating foreigners, Top Gear's on Amazon soon.
Unlikely things to hear on a motoring programme.
Listen to that deep, throaty roar of the man I've just run over.
George Michael says he's never driven a car that's handled so well on the pavement.
Now, I would describe this car as being very nippy, but apparently I'm not allowed to say that. I have to say it's made in Japan.
I'm about to shag a bloke. Welcome to Ride My Pimp.
Women everywhere have come together to announce their favourite car. It's the red one.
This car has a fail-safe anti-theft device. It's a Vauxhall Corsa.
First, second, third, fourth, yes, all my wives have divorced me because I'm such a twat about cars.
It's just a car, innit? It gives a shit.
Thank you. This car is actually owned by Jeremy Clarkson, which is why I'm running my key along it now.
My first impression is that the dashboard layout is actually quite unorthodox and very minimalist. There doesn't seem to be a steering... actually, I'm sitting in the back.
Ah, it still has that new hitchhiker smell.
I don't know about you, but I think it'd be quite nice to walk today.
These sounds have been surprisingly low for the new Renault Bel End.
This car has been modified for the American market. It's got 6 cup holders, a sandwich stand and a small rotisserie attached to the dashboard.
This week on Top Gear, we're going to be talking about some penises. Cars! We're talking about cars! Cars! Oh, cars!
This car's personalised management system remembers who you are and how you drive. This morning, it locked me out and told me to fuck off.
Well done. At the end of that, the point to the end, Catherine and Andy. OK, the next topic is unlikely things to hear in a maternity ward.
Mr. Parsons, your baby looks exactly like you. But mind you, so does every other baby.
There are complications, I'm afraid, for a start. I'm not a doctor.
I definitely can see the head. You should do your flies up, Doctor. Bad news, I'm afraid. He's ginger. Your Highness.
So, would you like to hold the little fella? Or shall I give you the baby?
Mrs. Jones, I'm going to need you to push. And then when we've got the ambulance started, we'll try and get you to hospital.
Oh, God, is that my baby? I've given birth to Andy Parsons.
I'd stay up that end and talk to your wife if I were you, Mr. Smith. It looks like Alien versus Predator down here.
And this is the ward for unwanted twins. We call it the Jed ward.
Basically, you just turn them over and slap them on the arse. These nurses' parties are great.
Nice to see you again, Mrs. Jolie. If you'd like to just move along to the next window to collect your order.
Oh, this isn't your first baby, is it?
You have a bouncing baby boy. I know that because I dropped him in the delivery room.
Okay, big breath in, hold it, and pass the joint to the midwife.
If you're not in when we deliver your baby, is it okay if we leave it with a neighbour?
The boys got a great Joe and Andy!
Things a new pope shouldn't say in his first public speech.
YMCA.
Very good.
I've dreamed of this moment ever since I was a little girl.
What a f***ing view. I'd like to thank my wife.
I only wish that Hitler could have been alive to see this moment. I'm a celibate. Get me out of here.
Very good. Okay. Okay, next topic. Oh, you're more the Pope. Sorry, okay, Gran. Okay, still on the Pope.
I can't think of a finer way to spend the last 6 months of my life.
We start with a round called If This Is the Answer, What Is the Question? On the board are 6 categories. Matt, which category would you like?
World news, please.
OK, world news it is. The answer is petrol, money and drugs. What is the question?
What will the motto be for the Qatar World Cup? No, just an image.
Yes, the question I was looking for is what items are at risk of running out in Greece after Sunday's crucial vote on the EU's bailout terms. This is news as 61% of the Greek population voted against accepting the strict austerity measures proposed by the EU. There's now a real risk that the country will run out of money, fuel and medicine. So what does it all mean for Greece?
It's ridiculous now. The whole thing is just going on. It is like a soap opera. And I don't watch the Eurozone crisis now day to day. I wait till Sunday and I watch the omnibus edition.
This thing of just referring to the Greek exit as Grexit, it just is like, are you in that much of a hurry that you couldn't say a third syllable?
If the British exit happens, it's going to be called Brexit. It sounds like a cheap form of Lego, or what the Greek Prime Minister does every time he meets Angela Merkel.
Let's kick off with a round called Inside the Mind of. With the G8 conference fast approaching, we clamber inside the mind of the American president. Can anyone tell me what the voices inside George W. Bush's head might be saying?
Are they saying, if you step on the cracks in the pavement, George, we have to invade Syria?
Unlikely film trailers.
Harrison Ford is 73 and he's back in Indiana Jones and the tricky patch of ice outside the post office.
We start with a round called Picture of the Week. I showed the panel a topical image and asked them to tell me what's happening. So what's going on here?
Is it the only couple that Ed Balls would beat on Strictly?
He's saying, please join me, Owen, on my cabinet. I'm so lonely.
I imagine Jeremy Corbyn's just going, I did warn you, Owen. If you strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you can possibly imagine.
He's incredible in that he can gather so many people together in a rally and they sort of see him as a messiah in the same way he will probably be crucified in the next election.
This is Chancellor George Osborne ahead of the Conservative Party conference this week. A recent survey has put him well ahead of his rivals to succeed David Cameron as the party leader. It's exciting to know that this has already started.
Yeah.
Party leader election, which will take place in 2019, and there's already polls about who's going to be taking over.
Well, I hope it's not him, actually. I hope it's Boris. Because if Boris gets in and Corbyn's in, you can forget about politics altogether, don't have an election, have no election at all, and just settle it all with a bicycle race.
Your category is politics. The answer is 4%. What is the question?
Is it? What are the chances of Johnny Depp appearing on the next series of Mr. and Mrs?
Is it how much of the old Top Gear audience has Chris Evans held on to?
Including that.
Clarkson's in?
Is it by 2017 what proportion of celebrities will still be alive?
I know. Ooh, we're not the one killing them. Here's a picture of Leader of the Opposition, David Cameron. But what does TLEC stand for?
Is it Tories launch exfoliating cream? Where would you put it?
Or is it the Top Man launch Eton collection?
Or is it just simply Tosser leading everyone to catastrophe?
Are you not a natural Tory?
Commercials that never made it to air.
To qualify for second meerkat toy, Alexander has invaded Ukraine.
OK, let's spin the wheel again. Subject is health. Annie Parsons.
With flu jabs now, what they do, don't they, is they put a little bit of flu into you to help you combat the flu. I was thinking by that argument, surely you should be able to have the odd cake to help you fight obesity. Because let's face it, you can do too much exercise, can't you? You know, did you see Madonna's arms? They didn't look right, did they? It's like half human, half Terminator. Of course, that's the problem when you're always picking up small African children going, no.
Thank you very much, Andy.
What did David Cameron announce on Father's Day?
He announced that he wanted people to stigmatise runaway fathers in the same way that we stigmatise drunk drivers.
Yes. It was an unfair attack by David Cameron, really. I mean, he just stigmatised the whole group. Just because you father a child out of wedlock, you run away, take no responsibility for that child and never see them, does not mean that you're not Mayor of London.
This is a picture of the victorious German football team celebrating their World Cup win in the dressing with Chancellor Angela Merkel. Germany defeated Argentina in the final by a single goal from Mario Götze in extra time, becoming the first European team ever to win a World Cup in South America. Were you shouting for anyone or not for anyone? Or
most English people were shouting for Germany, which is a first, really, isn't it?
I didn't mind 2-1. I just it was a good game, but I found it very difficult just watching as an England fan because it all gone so wrong for England. And I bet if you're watching in 4 years' time on Dave, we're still shit, aren't we?
I could never support the Argentinians, not after what Maradona did, Wembley 2003. He didn't sing Material Girl.
The one I loved, the guy I loved being there was Putin, because he was there because they're hosting the next one, isn't it?
Yes.
And every country that hosts it is desperate to win. And he must have been looking at that final thinking, the only way that Russia are going to win is if we invade Germany.
Putin sitting next to Blatter was the finest photograph in the history of democracy. How do you win your elections? Oh, I never run against anyone. Me neither. High five! High five!
The death of Brazilian football. That's what they'd witnessed.
Oh, yeah.
Not funny, but
that was
interesting.
Well,
You say that. It was kind of funny. There was because a few weeks ago I was talking about the head, you know, the way they were overemphasising the pretty women in the crowd type shots all the time, and I said, and I on the show called for more shots of children crying, and then when they posted, there's that one of a small boy just blubbing his eye, and he's pushing his glasses out of his face, and he's got a Coca-Cola can, which is beautiful branding, absolutely spectacular branding, and he's weeping into it. And I got sent that image 4,000 or 5,000 times on Twitter in the minute after it was posted with the words "Happy now." Yes, I was. I went thrilled. Welcome. Which category would you like?
Home news.
Home news it is. The category is home news. The answer is 12 days. What is the question?
How long is Andy Murray gonna party after his won Wimbledon?
We'd like to believe so.
Is Andy Murray stupidly about to post his gold medals?
Where's Andy Murray?
Andy Murray is in Dunblane in Scotland. This is his homecoming after winning the US Open, which was a surprise to me, as I had no idea he played golf.
Andy Murray, a man who actually came along to our studios, didn't he?
Yes, indeed he did.
Came along after he'd lost Wimbledon.
Yep.
And then after we'd all taken the piss out of him,
Yep.
he went off and he won the Olympics and he won the US Open.
Yes.
I think all sports people who are struggling should come into the audience of the show. Let's get Paula Radcliffe, Philip Sidowu, Nick Clegg. It'd be brilliant, wouldn't it?
I think if I was opening a Pizza Express, I'd open it next to a Vision Express, so we got some of their customers by mistake.
We start with a round called Headliners. Here's a picture of the spectacular opening to the Olympic Games. But what does BGMC stand for?
Is it British Gas Managers Celebrate?
The answer is 1,000,000%. What is the question?
Is it, what is the blood alcohol content of Amy Winehouse?
We're wearing the same thing. How terribly embarrassing. I didn't know you had a kilt. Well, we didn't have a kilt. It was, the inquest... Oh, look, someone's been sick. Has Harry been in? There is your luggage, Your Highness. Oh, good. That's my cheese for the journey. Don't want to keep anyone waiting. Wish my mother felt the same.
Unlikely things to hear on a TV election debate.
I think of this studio as a second home, which is why I'm claiming expenses for it.
My girlfriend and I love watching box sets. We got 3 episodes into Orange is the New Black before finding out it wasn't about what would happen if Trump replaced Obama.
Thank you very much. Well done. Point in that round. Gonna go to lady. Come on. Now we play a round called This Isn't Just News, This is a Wheel of News. This game involves Michael, Mark, Frankie and Russell, so if you could make your way to the performance area, please. This is where we test our performers' stand-up skills. We spin our news generator, it settles on topic, and anyone can volunteer jokes about the chosen subject. The winner is the team I judge who produce the funniest stuff. Here we go. We spin the wheel. The first topic is relationships.
I think when you go on a date with someone, it's a bit like playing cards, isn't it? There's a couple of cards you let the other person see. There's also a couple of cards that you hold to your chest. Well, as you can see, I'm punctual and employed. I'm holding untidiness and sexual deviance. I actually lost my virginity to my mother's best friend. He was my father. It was the only time he ever told me he loved me. I ran into my dad the other day in a lap dancing bar. He was making good tips. There's a lot of stuff I don't understand about sex. You know, like nudie calendars. Nudie calendars? Who's wanking going, I can't believe it's Pancake Tuesday?
OK, let's spin the wheel again. And the subject is travel. Who wants to come in that? Russell.
I went to Hong Kong recently. It's fantastic. I was so giddy I did a gig there. I told my mum about it after. I was like, I'm doing a gig in Hong Kong. She's like, oh, in English? Probably. Travel's becoming more and more scary, do you find that, you know? But we look for terrorists now based on gender, ethnicity and behaviour. They must have come and go, are they shifty? Are they beige? And we don't need help being racist. We're very good at it as a nation. It's horrible. You know, when you get on a plane, you see someone who's vaguely foreign, you can't help but go, oh, God, he's a bomber. Oh, God, he's a bomber. And you know he's looking at me and go, fuck, he's in a boy band. Do you know what I mean? Like that. Don't chat about your lyrics. And we now have to take our shoes off in case there's bombs in there. It's fairly obvious who the shoe bomber is. I would imagine it's the man gingerly approaching like that.
Russell.
Travel.
OK, that leaves us with Mark and Michael. Let's spin the wheel. The next topic is hotels. Who wants to come in on that?
I'll have a go. Oh, I've got a lot to say about hotels. I stayed in a terrible... I'm not allowed to mention it, but... honestly, such a depressing hotel. You know, you've got your Gideon Bible, your minibar. Minibar's a depressing word as well. It's a fridge, in fact. You know, if it was really a minibar, you'd have tiny people being sick outside. You know... And then, while I'm ranting, these people in the next room, this guy's having a party. Who has a party in a budget hotel? Went round, said, please turn the music down. The guy said, mate, we're having a party. I thought, yeah, it's not that I don't understand the situation here. I wasn't lying in bed at 2 in the morning thinking, oh, clinking glasses, laughter, deafening music. It's the mystery that's keeping me awake here.
Well done, Mark. OK, Michael, let's see what you've been left with. Let's spin the wheel. Somebody just... I've created an interesting tone for your joy birthday.
Hey! Yeah, Wales. Well, of course, they have their own language. This is really the thing. And they are very keen for people of Wales to learn it. So they have it up everywhere, all the vocab. But they have it not only on road signs, but they also have it on the road. So I was driving into Wales and it says slow, and then the Welsh for slow, which is araf. And I didn't know this, and I thought it said slow Arab. I thought, whoa! Whoa! Given the delicate global political situation, is this the best way to handle the terror threat? Have there been a meeting at the Welsh Assembly? We've got to do something about Al-Qaeda. It's only a matter of time before they make their move in the valleys. Any ideas? No? Not one? OK, well, while we're thinking, let's slow them down on the roads. Slow, Arab. Put your hands where I can bloody see them. Thank you.
At the end of that round, I'm going to give the points to Russell and Mark. The next topic is unlikely things to hear at Christmas.
I'm afraid Grandad's dead. He fell into a bowl of Christmas cake mix. Sounds unlikely, but you see under the surface, very strong currents.
It's time to drain the 25th vegetable in our advent colander.
Bad news, son. Santa's just sent a text. Apparently, he won't be able to make it until after the sales have started.
Your mother has always wanted to be somewhere hot for Christmas, so I've changed her to the Arga.
Santa's deliveries were much quicker this year because he didn't have to deliver to the naughty children of Tottenham and Croydon.
Oh, this is embarrassing, dear. The smaller set of underwear is actually for my secretary.
I'm afraid Santa wasn't able to bring you a toy train, so he's brought you a toy replacement bus service.
Mum, these are just flattened pieces of cardboard. This is just an Xbox.
No. The Wii is yours, darling. It's not Granny's.
No, Grandad, you kiss under the mistletoe, not the camel toe.
I haven't got you a present, Grandma, because Daddy promised you'd be dead.
Either we've been burgled or all Dad's got us for Christmas is a big poo in the middle of the carpet.
Now I got the Christmas presents early this year. I looted them in August.
Okay, so that leaves Nish. Let's see what your topic is. Let's spin the wheel. The topic is race.
I'll take this one, Reece. Difficult and interesting time to be a non-white person living in Britain right now. But I think things are improving, especially to be a non-white comedian. Because 10 years ago, I got some advice from a former agent. She said, Nish, you should stop mentioning on stage that you're not white. And I was like, people are gonna know. I'm not exactly flying under the radar race-wise here. So a couple of weeks later, I got offered an audition in a sitcom. Now, that part required me to do what was cheerfully referred to in the script as the accent, right? Weren't talking about French, were they? Now, when that came in, I said, there's absolutely no way that I'm going to do that. It's cheap, it's Uncle Tom, it's selling out my entire cultural heritage. And she said, this is the problem with you, Nish. You take too high-minded approach. You'll never be successful in comedy because you will never do comedy that relates to the man in the factory. And when she said that, I said, I don't really relate to your paradigm of the man in the factory. I think what you're trying to say is that I should appeal to as high a percentage of the British population as possible. But in the 80s, we shifted from a manufacturing to a service-based economy. So actually, if you wanted to talk about most of the British public, what you should have said is the man who works in the shop or the man who works in a hotel. And she said, I mean, this is exactly what I'm talking about.
Thank you very much, Nish. Points in the line go to Reece James. Come back. Next round of call is This Is the Answer. What is the question? On the board are 6 categories. Dane, which category would you like?
I'll take sport, please.
Sport, OK.
Yes.
Your category is sport. The answer is 24. What is the question?
What's my age when it comes to young person's rail cards forever?
That's not the correct answer, but it's a good scheme.
Is it the number of people Jesus could have sat at the Last Supper if he'd used both sides of the table?
Is it, according to Nigel Farage, how many of the Turkish population will be living in Turkey in 2020?
Is it how many English hooligans you need to take down one Russian ultra?
Is it, once the initial novelty has worn off, how many times a day does the average person regret buying that cuckoo clock?
Is it the age at which porn films think you're a MILF?
Is it, how many dance troupes was I kicked out of for being too edgy?
How many more movies are left in the Fast and Furious franchise?
Is it how many people in France went to work this morning?
Is it after what age is life just an increasingly speedy descent into despair?
Is it when an English person and a European person share an advent calendar, how many chocolates does the English person think they deserve?
Is it, on average, how many hours sleep do you get every night when you're dead?
It sounds nice.
It's not that. No, it's not that.
No. This one's about football, isn't it? Is it how many teams are in the Euros?
Yes, it
yes,
is.
please.
Well done.
Now we play a round called Mock the 9 o'clock news. This game involves Zoe, Stuart, Andy and Russell, so if you could make your way to the performance area, please. This is where we test our performers' stand-up skills. We spin our news generator, it settles on a topic, and then you can volunteer jokes about the chosen subject. The winners are the people I judge to produce the funniest stuff. OK, here we go. Let's spin the wheel. The first subject is finance. Can I have a volunteer to talk about that? Andy.
British Airways, their answer to the credit crunch, they've asked their employees, can you come into work for nothing for a month or take a month off unpaid? There's a tricky choice, isn't there? And who is going to want to fly British Airways? The last thing you want to hear when you get on the plane, this is your captain speaking. I'm not being paid today. Good luck. I am looking forward to seeing the credit crunch version of Monopoly. You know, instead of getting £1,500 from the bank, you have to lend the bank £1,500. And then everybody keeps on going round the board with nobody buying any property whatsoever because they always think it's going to be cheaper next time they go around.
Well done, Andy. OK, let's spin the wheel again. The subject is Sarah Palin. Who wants to talk about that?
Sarah Palin. She was apparently an ex-beauty queen of a town in Alaska called Wasilla. And the press were very keen on this. They kept saying, you know, the beauty queen, Sarah Palin, the ex-beauty queen, the beauty queen, Sarah Palin. Let me tell you something, people. Wasilla is a very, very small town. Population 8, possibly 9,000 people at the best of times. To call it a one-horse town is to over-exaggerate the number of horses in that town by one. They timeshare a horse with another shithole down the road. Now, my brother used to live in Anchorage, Alaska, and I have been to Wasilla, and in the 5 minutes it took us to drive across Wasilla, I was voted beauty queen of Wasilla. It was no big deal, honestly. An otter and a caribou came second and third, respect.
Thank you very much, Zoe. That leaves us with Stuart and Russell. Let's spin the wheel again. The next topic is men's health. Who wants to come in on that? Russell.
I went to the doctors recently with anal issues. I thought I had cancer, not I can't put my CDs in order. But it's a terrifying moment, right? So scary, because in your head, I'm going to die. And I went there and I took down my trousers. Obviously, we had a chat first, and it just... I'm not very well. You can see that, mate. This is a chip shop. You've never done it slower in your life. I was just peeling them down. I got them down to about there. Just heard his booming voice go, in the other room. You have a decision to make there. Do you pull them up or do you waddle with pride, right? You waddle, that's what you do. When you waddle, you can't help but giggle. The last thing you need is to be giggling is before a man's going to pop his finger in your Richard, because now you're a wiggling target, right? I'll be honest, when the finger goes in, you're not laughing anymore! You're like a red arrow! And that's the moment they chat. How you doing? Fine. Can you draw the curtains? We've gathered quite a crowd. Look at that, it's Atrium Steps and he's getting violated. I'm Russell!
OK, Stuart, let's see what you've been left with. Let's spin the wheel. And the topic is school.
You are looking at a very proud Canadian who's very proud of the education system in Canada. No, I was horrible in school. I failed math so many times I can't even count. I preferred French over chemistry because the chemistry teacher and I just didn't have any, rapport. One teacher said I'd be a better student if I spent less time flirting. I immediately jumped off his lap. One teacher used to always say I wasn't very observant, but you know what? That was his or her opinion. I was going to join the debating team, but someone talked me out of it. In high school, I was voted most likely to reminisce.
Okay, at the end of that round, the points go to Zoe and Stuart. Okay, the next topic is unlikely things to say when running for US president.
I'm Hillary Clinton, and if you elect me the first female president of the United States, I promise you that on my first day in the White House, I will hire a very attractive male intern. He will be on his knees, not having sexual relations with me all day. Hashtag payback, hashtag long game.
I want to go to Washington. Why? I want to see what color the White House is.
No, we can't!
The name Clinton is in the DNA of the White House. In fact, the DNA of Clinton are on the walls of the White House.
I know the value of family because I sold one of my children to pay for this campaign.
As president, I will welcome immigrants, because the White House is massive and it's not going to clean itself.
I will govern for all of this country. Not just the metropolitan cities on the coast, but also you cousin shaggers down south.
I would like to introduce you to my new Homeland Security advisor. Say hi, Lamb Chop.
Hi. Come on, of course I'm the guy to succeed Obama. You know what they say? Once you go black.
If you elect me America's first colourblind president, I will do everything I can to uphold the values of the brown, white and green.
I would now like to talk to you people in a language of my own devising.
I want to put more boots on the ground in Afghanistan, and also 2 more branches of Paper Chase. What you must remember is the people we need to convince are the great American people. And most of them are as thick as pig shit.
I'd like to apologise for Mr. Trump, which is what I say when I've just farted in bed.
When I was little, I did not plan to be President of the United States. This is more like a holding job until I get to rule a good country.
I am American through and through. Cut me, and I will shoot you in the face. I wish to have no secrets in this campaign. I wish to be completely open, and that is done. That is why I'm going to start that again, because I fucked that up.
We Republicans want to reach out to all Americans. Blacks, whites, Chinese-y-looking ones.
I want to have no secrets in this campaign, and that is why I have gathered you here tonight to tell you I shot JFK.
OK, at the end of that round, the points go to Ed, Sarah and Andy.
Now we come to scenes we'd like to see. So if everyone can make their way over to the performance area, I'll read out this week's topics, and then we'll see what our panelists can come up with. OK, here we go. The first subject is unlikely things to hear at the World Cup.
And here comes the Irish team.
Oh, sorry, that is... Wow. You're getting buzzed to fuck for the rest of it. OK. Sorry, Hugh, you'd like to go in there? Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely.
That's
Hugh.
fine.
Here with the first answer is Hugh.
And here come the Irish team.
Hello, I'm really sorry we didn't get in this year.
And up in the stand, the Uruguayan women with their chant, Uruguay, and I'm a gwirl.
And Portugal have beaten Spain, and Saudi Arabia have beaten a woman for wearing shorts.
Jamie Vardy managed 4 shots in the first half, 3 sambucas and a Skittles vodka.
And that is a great shot from the Russian, but unfortunately the journalist has survived.
So it's Panama's first time at the tournament, but they have been doing FIFA's accounts.
And Sterling has taken a dive. That's it for financial news. Back to the football.
Well, it's official. England are out. And we can go back to identifying people with flags in their windows as racist.
Well, let's have a look at the Swedish bench. $12.99 from IKEA.
Oh, and that is a huge tackle. That has got to make it more difficult to rollerblade.
Brilliant goalkeeper, David De Gea. Midfield maestro, Mesut Ozil. Fast forward...
And he's nipped round the back and banged in an absolute screamer. This really is the best leaked sex tape in the history of football.
Well, we didn't think it was possible, but somehow Gareth Southgate has managed it. England eliminated before the group stage.
Well, at 2-1 down, Iran had to do something, so they brought on their secret weapon, a 14-megaton intercontinental ballistic missile.
If you've just tuned in to England versus Germany, what are you doing, mate? Love Island is on.
Well, it looks like semis for Croatia. I wish they had worn bigger shorts.
That's a shocking miss from Jesus. They are going to absolutely crucify him for that.
Next topic is things you wouldn't hear in a charity appeal.
British Red Cross. Just 3 adjectives to describe the average UKIP voter.
Stuck in a chair, barely able to move. Please help us get Dara walking again.
Peter Andre will be with us later. He's got a new single, and if our donations don't double, we'll let him perform it.
For just 50p, Dara O'Brien will toss you off in comic hand relief.
50p?
50p is no way I'm paying that.
God, give me a quid at least. I'm classy. Kiss him and everything.
Shoplifters Anonymous, helping people to help themselves.
If you're starting a family, why not consider adoption? But hurry up, otherwise it'll only be the ugly ones left.
With your money, I'm going to start a human organ delivery service called Liveroo.
Every day, these people walk up to 15 steps to get water. With your money, we can employ waiters at Nando's.
At the National Trust, for just £70 a year, you can have unlimited access to national treasures, like the gardens of Stour Head or the sumptuous interior of Judi Dench.
The thing with a disease like HIV is that many people are just ignorant. Most people don't even realise that HIV is just Roman for high five.
Robin needs clean, cold water and something nutritious to eat, because last night he got shit-faced.
These people are disease-ridden. They haven't had a shower for weeks. Donate now. Save a life in Magaluf.
This is the People's Dispensary for sick animals. This tiger has 3 dicks. How sick is that?
Give a man a duck and he'll feed himself for a week. Teach a man to duck and he'll avoid low-flying objects.
With your money last year, we took this homeless man and completely transformed him into a homeless woman.
And now on Comic Relief, it's time for some harrowing footage, as the cast of Birds of a Feather sing the hits from Greece.
Between you and me, those rescue cats can't even swim, let alone rescue anyone.
The Royal Society for the Protection of Birds, the only charity looking after the needs of Cockney women.
For just the price of a cup of coffee, we can get little Nagubu a cup of coffee.
Pale, sad and hungry. We're raising money for the Irish football team.
OK, game up and before we go to Milton, Hugh and Angela. That's the end of the show. This week's winners are Reece James, Donald Hughes and Ed Gamble. Congratulations to Milton Jones, Hugh Dennis and we come to our final quickfire round called Scenes We'd Like to See. This is for everyone, so if you can all make your way over to the performance area, please. I caught ideas for scenarios we'd love to see, and the performers come in with their suggestions. Right, here we go. The first subject is things you wouldn't hear from a weather forecaster.
The Met Office have issued a weather warning. They've told the weather not to do that again, or there'll be trouble.
Temperatures could rise to 31 degrees. Shit, I've left my baby in the car!
A hurricane tonight will be caused by low pressure and God's hatred of homosexuality.
A huge depression over Scotland, and now the weather.
And finally, a warning to hay fever sufferers. Don't come sneezing near me or I'll rip your face off.
So, here's the summary. Monday shite, Tuesday shite, Wednesday shite, Thursday bollocks.
The humidity's rising. The barometer's going low. Tonight, for the first time, just about 10:30, it's going to start raining men.
The outlook's bright for the weekend. I've got 3 grams of coke in my pocket and my wife's on holiday.
Well, let's go to Carol on the roof of Television Centre. She's not meant to be there. She's just a bit depressed.
This part of the country is going to stay hot and wet for quite some time because that's where my girlfriend lives. Oh, yeah.
So, it's going to be between 17 and 21, but Berlusconi won't date older than that.
It was raining cats and dogs last night.
I should know. I was throwing them off my roof.
What are you watching me for? Look out the fucking window.
It's going to be cloudier tonight. I love those German birds.
What do you care what the weather's going to be like? You look shit in all your clothes.
The next topic is deleted lines from Star Trek.
Kirk to Enterprise. OK, how about if I stand over here?
Scotty, that's the most convincing your accent has ever been.
Captain, I can see an alien ship approaching. It's not showing up on the radar. It's a circular vessel, some sort of lettering and number... Oh, no, sorry, it's my tax disc.
I have no emotion. My mother was a Vulcan. My father was Gordon Brown.
All right, which one of you ate my Scotch egg?
This is the Federation of Gay Planets. Open your docking bay and prepare to be boarded.
Tell you what, Spock, your towel is a lot softer than mine.
Captain's log. Just seen some aliens. OMG. WTF. LOL. Smiley face.
Who are these terrifying aliens? You can't call them that anymore, Captain. It's Uhuru and Sulu.
Welcome to the SS Enterprise, Mr. Eccleston.
Now, which one of you put your red top in the washing with all the yellow ones?
There's going to be some changes around here. They call me Captain Tatty Bojangles.
What's wrong, Captain Picard? What's wrong? I'm a serious Shakespearean actor, and I'm talking to the ambassador of the fucking worm people!
At the end of that round, the points go to Russell, Frank and Andy! Our next round is called This Is the Answer. What is the question? On the board of 6 categories. Nathan, which category would you like?
Home news, please.
OK, your category is home news. The answer is trains, toilets and celebrities. What is the question?
Is it, if you're going to make a sex tape on public transport, what 3 things do you need?
What 3 flavours come through when you're tasting English wine?
Is it, according to the coalition agreement, what 3 things do the Lib Dems have responsibility for?
Is it name 3 things I've left my umbrella in?
Is it 3 things you're probably best off not to lick clean?
Is it, what is the name of Thomas the Tank Engine's no-holds-barred autobiography?
Is it what Peter Andre says when he's asked what his daily routine is?
Our trains, our toilets and our celebrities!
Is it what... High-pitched but not Australian anymore.
Our trains, our toilets, our celebrities!
I went to a voice coach to get rid of my Australian accent and I can't help thinking she's done something wrong.
I've been over in this country for a while, so I sometimes slip into both fucking accents.
I don't miss machine, that. And then obviously the celebrities are making the money for the kids.
Does anyone have another answer?
What do we do better than Morocco?
OK, can we have correct answer?
Oh, I think I've got it.
Oh. It's not the build-up to the correct answer, but go on.
Is it name 3 things I've puked up on at the Edinburgh Festival?
I know the answer, Dara. I'll give you the real answer, Dara.
Will you give me the real answer?
What are the 3 main talking points on a saga holiday?
Is it 3 things that are full of shit?
On the Peter Andre thing. Where it makes the money for the children. That was the combination.
Is it?
No.
What 3 things were most complained about at the Queen's Jubilee?
If you can do that in a proper voice.
OK. But 3 things were most complained... What 3 things were most complained about at the Queen's Jubilee?
Very good. Thank you very much, Chris. That was very good.